Posting portable document formats, also known as PDF, of copyrighted material without explicit permission from the copyright holder generally constitutes copyright infringement, even with attribution. Both the National Electrical Code, referred to as NEC, and the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, called IEEE, standards are copyrighted works. Copying and distributing these materials without authorization is prohibited. However, there are some limited exceptions. Firstly, fair use. Copying a small portion of a work for educational or non-commercial purposes may be considered fair use. The determination of what constitutes a small portion depends on the context and purpose of use. Secondly, obtaining explicit permission. This from the copyright holder to use the material is the safest approach. The consequences of copyright infringement are substantial. These include cease and desist letters, legal action, removal of the infringing material, and financial damages. To avoid copyright infringement when posting PDF of standards, several steps are recommended. 1. Obtain permission by contacting the copyright holder and requesting permission to use the material. 2. Consider using alternative sources like public domain or open source resources that provide similar information. 3. Always cite the source clearly and give proper attribution to the copyright holder when posting copyrighted material. Additional considerations apply when posting on forums. It is important to review and adhere to the terms of service of the specific forum regarding copyright infringement before posting any material. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a widely adopted code for safe electrical installations. It is updated every 3 years. The NEC covers a comprehensive range of electrical topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEEE, develops standards for various electrical and electronic technologies. These standards cover topics such as power systems, telecommunications, and information technology. IEEE standards are essential for ensuring interoperability and safety in these fields. Copyright law protects the rights of creators of original works, including written materials, images, and software. Copyright protection gives creators exclusive control over how their work is used and distributed. Copyright infringement occurs when someone uses a copyrighted work without permission from the copyright holder. Fair use is a legal doctrine that allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Determining whether a particular use qualifies as fair use involves considering 4 factors. 1. The purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of a commercial nature or is for non-profit educational purposes. 2. The nature of the copyrighted work. 3. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. 4. The effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. Terms of service are the rules and guidelines that govern the use of a particular service, such as an online forum or website. These terms often address issues such as copyright infringement, acceptable use, and user conduct. Failure to comply with the terms of service can result in penalties, such as account suspension or termination. Public domain refers to works that are not protected by copyright and are freely available for anyone to use. Works can enter the public domain because the copyright has expired, or the copyright owner has placed the work in the public domain. Open source refers to materials that are licensed in a way that allows them to be freely used, modified, and distributed. Open source licenses often require attribution to the original creator but do not restrict commercial use. Citation is the process of giving credit to the sources of information used in a work. Proper citation is essential for avoiding plagiarism and giving credit to the original creators. Attribution involves acknowledging the source of information used in a work. This can include the author, title, publication date, and other relevant details. Best practices include contacting the copyright holder to request permission to use the material. Consider using public domain or open source resources that provide similar information. Always cite the source clearly and give proper attribution to the copyright holder when posting copyrighted material. Review and adhere to the terms of service of the specific forum regarding copyright infringement before posting any material. If permission is granted, carefully follow any guidelines or restrictions provided by the copyright holder. Ensure that the use of the material falls within the scope of the permission granted. If using material under fair use, carefully consider the 4 factors to ensure that the use qualifies as fair use. Document the reasoning for the fair use determination. When citing sources, use a consistent citation style such as MLA, APA, or Chicago. Include all necessary information to allow readers to easily locate the original source. Be aware that copyright laws vary from country to country. Ensure compliance with the copyright laws of the relevant jurisdiction. Seek legal advice if you have questions or concerns about copyright infringement. Consult with an attorney who specializes in intellectual property law. Remember that it is always better to err on the side of caution when dealing with copyrighted material. Obtaining permission or using alternative sources can help avoid potential legal issues. Compliance with copyright laws is essential for respecting the rights of creators and fostering a culture of innovation. The NEC is published by the National Fire Protection Association, called NFPA. The IEE standards are developed by various technical committees within the IEE organization. The NEC is updated based on input from a wide range of stakeholders, including electrical contractors, engineers, inspectors, and manufacturers. IEE standards are developed through a consensus-based process involving experts from industry, academia, and government. The NEC is enforced by local and state electrical inspectors. IEE standards are often incorporated into regulations and codes such as the NEC. Staying informed about copyright laws and best practices is essential for avoiding copyright infringement. This includes monitoring changes in copyright law and seeking guidance from legal professionals. Organizations like the Copyright Clearance Center, called CCC, offer resources and services to help individuals and organizations comply with copyright laws. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act, called DMCA, is a United States law that addresses copyright issues in the digital age. The DMCA includes provisions that protect online service providers from liability for copyright infringement by their users, provided they comply with certain requirements. Understanding these legal issues is crucial for anyone who creates, uses, or distributes copyrighted material online. The principles discussed apply to various types of copyrighted material, including text, images, music, and videos. Whether you are posting content on a forum, sharing information on social media, or creating your own works, it is essential to respect copyright laws. By following these guidelines, you can help ensure that you are using copyrighted material legally and ethically. If you are unsure whether a particular use of copyrighted material is permissible, it is always best to seek legal advice. Consulting with an attorney can help you assess the risks and make informed decisions. Remember that copyright law is complex and can be difficult to navigate. Seeking professional guidance can help you avoid costly mistakes. Furthermore, consider attending workshops or seminars on copyright law to enhance your understanding of the subject. Many organizations offer educational programs on copyright law and related topics. These programs can provide valuable insights and practical tips for complying with copyright laws. Another valuable resource is the United States Copyright Office. The Copyright Office provides information on copyright law, registration, and other related matters. The Copyright Office website includes a wealth of resources, including circulars, forms, and publications. You can also contact the Copyright Office directly for assistance with copyright-related questions. In addition to the resources mentioned above, consider joining a professional organization related to your field. Many professional organizations offer resources and guidance on copyright law and ethical practices. These organizations can also provide networking opportunities and access to experts in the field. Remember that copyright law is constantly evolving. Stay informed about changes in the law and how they may affect your work. By staying up to date on the latest developments, you can help ensure that you are complying with copyright laws and protecting your own intellectual property. The principles outlined are applicable across various online platforms, including forums, social media sites, and websites. Always review the terms of service and copyright policies of each platform before posting or sharing copyrighted material. Failure to comply with these policies can result in penalties such as account suspension or content removal. Moreover, consider using copyright management tools to help you track and manage your own copyrighted works. These tools can help you monitor the use of your works online and take action if you discover any instances of copyright infringement. In addition to legal considerations, it is also important to consider ethical implications when using copyrighted material. Respect the rights of creators and avoid using their works in ways that could harm their reputation or commercial interests. When in doubt, it is always best to seek permission from the copyright holder before using their material. Remember that building a culture of respect for copyright is essential for fostering creativity and innovation. By complying with copyright laws and respecting the rights of creators, we can help ensure that the creative community continues to thrive. To summarize, understanding copyright law is crucial in the digital age. Respecting intellectual property rights is not only a legal obligation, but also an ethical imperative. By following these guidelines, you can navigate the complexities of copyright law and ensure that you are using copyrighted material responsibly. If you have any doubts or concerns, always seek professional legal advice.